Hey guys, welcome back to Alden Flips and Builds. I'm super excited to share with you how I took this old shed in my backyard and turned it into what you're looking at. Make sure you stay to the very end of the video because you're not going to want to miss that final reveal. Hey everyone, to get this video started, I'm clearing out this cluttered shed. As you can see, it's been a bit neglected, but we're here to fix that. To help us get rid of clutter, we rented one of these large dumpsters. Now in the back of the shed, we had some unstable plywood attached that needed to go. So we decided to rip everything down to the studs. With the space cleared out and the structural issues addressed, it's time to start closing up some of these gaps. To give our plywood closure a polished look, I'm adding a bit of trim around the edges. To achieve a seamless look, I'm connecting the trim pieces at a 45-degree angle. Cannot wait to have a workshop. This is chaos. Beautiful. Alright, let's get started on prepping these walls for paint. Our first order of business is to tackle any imperfections on the surface to ensure that it's a nice and smooth finish. It's critical to create a smooth canvas to guarantee a flawless paint job. Once we've sanded down the surface, we'll apply a thin layer of mud to cover up any imperfections, like holes or gaps. This step is essential on achieving a seamless appearance once the paint goes on. With the walls prepped and smooth, it's time to move on to the next step, taping off the edges and covering the floor. Now it's time to paint. We'll start by cutting along the edges with a brush and then use a roller to cover any of the larger areas. Remember to work in sections and overlap your strokes. This will ensure that you're getting the proper coverage that you need. So the current lighting situation is not that good right now. So what we're gonna do to improve that is I went ahead and went to Lowe's and purchased this 8-foot pre-painted white board. It's like $5 extra for the pre-painted version of it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap these lights across here. And these lights, they just plug into each other. So it's super easy to install. And then the power that's running to this light currently, we're just gonna go ahead and house it in one of these boxes. That way everything just plugs in, super easy to install. We're good, so let's do it. Now that the walls are painted, it's time to add the finishing touches, baseboard trim. We'll start by cutting each end of the board trim at a 45-degree angle to create a clean and seamless joint at all of the corners. Once cut and positioned, I'll be attaching it using my brad nail gun. The next thing that I'm going to be building is a table saw station. I've sped up the footage and condensed parts of this video to save time. For the full step-by-step, head over to my main channel or click the link in the description. And remember, stick around to the very end of this video so you don't miss out on the final results. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. The tool that I'm using here is a router with a flush trim bit that ensures that every edge is precisely trimmed for a professional quality finish. Now I'm using the same router to carve out a precise channel for my T-track system. The best way I found to use the router is only make 1/4 inch passes at a time and go over it multiple times until you reach the desired depth. Now I'm expanding the workshop space by enclosing this wall. By adding this wall, I'll be maximizing the available space inside of the workshop, creating more room for projects and storage. Next, I'll be building a miter saw station. With a dedicated workstation, this should streamline the cutting process and improve efficiency inside of the workshop. If you're interested in seeing the full video on how I built this miter saw station / routing station, check out the link that's in the description. Now it's time to integrate the routing table into our setup. First up, we'll need to trace out its shape. Once we've marked out the dimensions, we'll use the jigsaw to carefully cut around the corners. Here we will try to get as close as we can to the edge without scuffing up any corners. And then finally, make sure that we get Bella's approval. Unfortunately, my old miter saw broke while filming this video, but it was time for an upgrade anyways. After spending countless hours building benches and workstations, I got fed up. So I went to Lowe's, and luckily this Gladiator workbench was on sale and it's the perfect fit for this shop. Alright, it's time to take the workshop organization to the next level with the installation of this power station. With all the power tools and gadgets that I use inside of this workshop, keeping everything organized and charged up is key. By creating this power station, I'll be streamlining my workflow and making it a lot easier to keep track of my tools and accessories. Plus, having everything in one place means less time searching for what I need and more time getting things done. It's absolutely crucial having a dedicated space for everything. It not only saves time, but it also prevents from unnecessary spending. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've ended up buying an extra piece of hardware or a utility simply because I forgot that I already had it and it was just buried somewhere. While I plan to expand the storage of this shop eventually, for now I believe that this setup will do the trick. One cornerstone of any workshop is dust collection, and I've implemented a system that's both efficient and convenient. I've set up a shop vac on an automatic switch, so it kicks into gear whenever any major power tool is in use. Plus, I've installed stop blocks on PVC pipes to ensure maximum suction to each tool. If you're interested on seeing more, click on the video that's in the description. If you have made it this far into the video, don't forget to show your support by leaving a like and hitting that subscribe button. Now that we covered all these amazing improvements, it's time to reveal the final results.